mean, I had known about this for years, that a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
were doing that. And I thought, well, why? I asked a million questions, and I'm like, well, to be able to be bilingual like that is like
Yeah.
and I'm like, how do they afford it? And they're like, well, it's a lot of the wealthy families, that
Mm-hmm.
can afford that. But
Yeah.
so, but you enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I have regular students and like they brighten, it's early morning or late at night because it's Beijing time.
Right,
But so it's like, I'm not doing anything else. It's basically like
right.
that time in the morning where I'd be scrolling on my phone or that time at night where I would be watching Netflix or scrolling. You know what I mean? It's just
Hmm.
instead I'm making money and
Right. So a lot of the families are in Beijing.
so no, I say Beijing time, but they're
Oh,
actually all over like
all
China.
over China.
Yeah,
Are you
I've had
Yeah.
students all over the place.
classes or like one-on-one?
They're one-on-one, and yeah, my kids range from like 3 years old to like 16,
Oh, wow.
which is insane. But yeah, it's really cool to start with them. Like a lot of them that I have now started their English like learning journey with me, and so I've been with them. I've been teaching for 6 months now, and I started it just because like I heard there was a higher demand because of COVID and everything, and I was like, why not? Whatever, some extra cash flow on the side.
Absolutely.
And yeah, but then I got like so booked instantly that I was like, all right. And then the kids stuck with me. So it's so cool now that I can have like full conversations with these kids that when they started with me, they didn't know any English. They were learning
That's
like
awesome.
the
That's
colors,
So, do you find when they're young that they can pick up the language a lot easier, right?
Yeah, they say that. I think it's like when you're 4 years old is when you actually start, like that's when you should start learning another language because it's like the easiest time to really absorb it and make the comparisons between your
Isn't
language
that
and another.
crazy?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't imagine learning to speak Chinese
No, I mean,
at
I
my
pick
age.
up a couple words, but I
Yeah.
don't speak it. Like everything is supposed to be in English, so I only do it in
Right. But I'm just like, I couldn't imagine like learning another language now. I'm like, it's amazing how these young kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my mother grew up. Her first language was German. My mother couldn't even speak English when she got to kindergarten
Really?
because my grandparents only spoke German to her. So when she went into school not really knowing any English, and isn't it funny that my mother doesn't really remember a lot of German now?
Really?
Mm.
But when she's around people speaking German, it like comes back. It's crazy.
Yeah, she understands it too more
Mhm.
than she can speak
But
it.
yeah, so at that young age, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So okay, so I mean, we're off track, but it's fascinating to me.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
both. That's also something that I, with my clients, because some of them are like, I just want to have something that I can have an income online with soon. And I'm like, hey, well, this is what I'm doing also. Like I have no shame in letting people know that I'm like working multiple jobs while I'm building my business.
Oh, no,
there's
absolutely.
no shame in that game. So, it's just about finding something that you still do enjoy while you're figuring out that thing that you do really want to do.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at my age, I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. When do we know?
I mean, I'm too old now, but you know what? Here's the thing. Because of my ADD and I get bored so easily, I have to always have a side project, and it would either be art, photography. I got into stand-up comedy. I mean, I've worked multiple jobs. It's just,
Yeah.
but that's because I can't.
You're multi-passionate.
My mind can't be like. I've got, and now that I'm with you, older, Cindy. Now that I'm getting older, it's getting a little bit easier for me to kind of sit around and watch TV. But for a while, for many, many years, I couldn't do it. It's just,
yeah.
And I get bored easy, so I always have to find something else.
Yeah, there's no shame in a pivot, switching it up.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, so we're traveling. You went to, where was the last place you were?
I was in Colombia last.
Colombia,
I was working for a salsa school, actually, like a dance school.
I remember you were doing salsa lessons.
Yeah, and I was doing their like social media, and I was building out like their Airbnb for like the experiences. So I was doing like a lot of marketing, social media stuff while I was traveling, as I was also like kind of starting up the business. But yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely loved like all of the countries I went to for different reasons. But Mexico's like the place I miss the most. I'm just like
my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
And actually we were just talking about it. I don't know if Mexico is on the do not travel list. My girlfriend can't go anywhere because she works for the state. So we can't go to Florida. We can't.
Yeah.
And I didn't, but I'm not sure Mexico's taking us. Are they, Sarah?
So they were. I think they still are, but I have some friends there now, but they moved during the pandemic and they live there
because I know they closed the borders in some of the places. Like we couldn't go over there, but I don't know if flying in is, if I wanted to go on a vacation, I don't know.
Right.
But what was your favorite spot in Mexico?
That's tough. Probably Oaxaca, which is like southern Mexico down like it's on the ocean, and also has like some lagoons and mountains. Like it has a little bit of everything, so it was cool because I could go. When I was there, I was working for a hostel, but I was also like had friends visiting me and stuff, so I could go on like long weekend trips and like go into the mountains. And there's within the mountains there's like different like there's experiences that are a little bit psychedelic that you can also get into as well. And as
not
like
ayahuasca.
No, that's more Peru, I think.
I was gonna say you did not do the ayahuasca, did you?
No, I have not done ayahuasca. I haven't been that far down, but yeah, no, just within the mountains they have like beautiful magical mushrooms, and also just like great sunsets, and there's just there's something for everyone there.
Yeah,
and also like the food's unique.
Right. If you go on Sarah's Instagram and scroll through all her photos, she's got tons of photos from all of her travels. Jen, have you been to Mexico with the ship or no?
500 million times.
I was going to say, I think you've probably seen a lot of Mexico.
I did 2 runs where we were in different ports in Mexico weekly.
Yeah.
Really?
So you've seen a lot of Mexico.
Yeah.
My only experience with Mexico is we took a cruise and we did the whole Yucatan
Peninsula.
How do you say it?
Peninsula?
Right, but the first
it's
one.
Tough. Oh, Yucatan.
Okay, I have it. Right. So which I enjoyed because I got to see a whole lot of Mexico. And damn, what was that adorable little town that just opened to cruise ships that we went to? Yeah, that was like, we had to take that bus down those dirt roads. What was it? Cosamaya.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was like they just started taking cruise ships. Like it was their first. And we went and took a bus to their beaches there, and it was like dirt roads to get there. And don't say you're American. Maybe say you're Canadian because Trump and everything, and everyone's like, they're gonna be worried about you like being over there and like talking about building a wall or something. I was like, no. I was like, if anything, I'm gonna have a conversation with them about how I don't believe in that, so that they don't think that all Americans are like that. Well, for me, my experiences with Mexico, unlike you, was I was coming off of a ship, and of course they wanted us to be happy. They wanted to make money. I was, you know what I mean? We were there for dinner. We went to some resorts. I mean, they were very accommodating. I didn't go, you know what I mean? And that's their livelihood. When I feel horrible, the cruise ships aren't going into these places. Yeah. But I mean, that's their livelihood. But you were, indifferent. But I have to tell you, I watch, oh my God, I know this is going to stop.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
Queen of the South.
Yes, I love it.
You do? Oh, so you
La Reina del Sur. Yes.
And those men.
It's one of my favorite series, Cindy. I'm so happy that you watched it.
Please, are you kidding me? and all those Mexican men in there with their cowboy hats and their boots and their belt buckles, and they're so dangerous on there. I love them. It's a great
Cindy,
show.
are you thinking about going back to Men?
No, but I just love.
I know it's sounding like that, Jen, right?
Yeah.
No.
What's going on here?
I don't know. I just and you know, I'm telling you, and another I think like Middle Eastern men are so attractive too. I don't know. It must be like that dark.
You like that dark, mysterious sort of.
Yeah, trouble. I like them when they look like trouble. Like they look dirty, but they really aren't. That's how they trying to look. You get it? Like that. Like a rock star, like works on their dirty looking.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like just rough around the edges. Like
style, but it's a style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know, maybe like Steven Tyler. You know?
So it's more the style, I think, than it is the actual culture.
No, I like that too.
Okay. All right. So the mix.
I like.
He likes worn jeans and cheese.
Yeah. Worn jeans and a gun. You know? A weapon, Sarah.
And taco.
I'm about that, you know?
All right.
Yeah, so Queen of the South. I love that show.
Yes.
And,
That's how I practiced my Spanish. I was like watching that show in Spanish.
But at the same time, that show will make you very fearful too, because the cartel they don't bat an eye. They will kill a bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
so,
that's like all the cartel shows on Netflix. Honestly, they're going to make you fear.
But there's truth to that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when they found that truck full of heads in Mexico?
Yes, sure.
Literally
Sarah.
driving down the street, and the back, what do you call the flap on the back of a truck?
Yeah, here's Sarah with her backpack. All these trucking along.
It was
Here you dropped something. Oh shit!
Yes, it's a head.
Oh my God, though, Sarah, try and Google that story.
That's
That's all over the news for 2 days. Try and find it now. It's gone. It was the weirdest thing. And the only reason I remember it so well is because my parents were heading to Mexico to a resort like the next week. And I sent my dad the article and I'm like, watch your head. And then the whole time they were in Mexico, I kept texting them every day, send me a picture of your head. Need an update in case you go missing. I need to send it to someone, see what you look like. By the third day, my mom's like, this isn't funny. You got to stop. But you cannot find that article about that truck full of heads anymore.
That's
really.
It's
bizarre. You know, I mean, yeah, I think.
But they are. It's very corrupt. Like my boyfriend, we had gone to a restaurant, and he was peeing down an alley, and all of a sudden the cops are there.
Yeah.
We're taking you to jail. We're taking you to jail. And he's like,
they just want your money.
I'm not going to jail. And he's like, I have $20. They're like, okay, you don't go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say the cops here beat people, and the cops there just want your money.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but they're so obviously they're here. I mean, they're corrupt everywhere, but they're really corrupt there. Like they are like, you want to move the drugs? Come on. The police are like, come on, let me show you the way. Yeah, that's not.
I'd rather that than get beat up.
You would what?
I'd rather that than get beat up.
Yeah. But It's.
I always kept like extra money on me for that purpose. Like,
right? If you have to pee in an alley, be prepared.
Yeah. Or just if I was, not even because I was doing anything wrong, but yeah, you just have to be careful. So it's always better to just have a little extra cash that you could slip someone, whether it be the police, whether it be, anyone who's out of their right state of mind, who is going to come at you with like a knife or something. Who knows,
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? I'm not so much worried about that right now in Mexico as I am in the United States.
Right. Yeah.
That some crazy motherfucker's going to come at you with a knife.
Before I'll go to the States.
I
have zero intention of visiting you guys, possibly ever again. I will go to Mexico.
Things have gotten out of hand here, Jen. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be like,
we can't sugarcoat it.
What's your right? I can't. I mean, things. It's gotten crazy, and our police morale is very low, so they don't give a shit. On top of it, we have good cops, we have bad cops. Unfortunately, I think the good cops are even like, I'm done. So it's just that's it is system. What it is, and I mean, a lot of it is, the news kind of does play it up, but even in Rochester lately it's just really, there has been so many shootings and it's just so much more than normal. You know, it really has. It has gotten a little crazy here. You know, I gotta say really quick though, I have the Uber and Lyft page in Rochester. You know, the Facebook. I run that for the group, and I stopped driving
a year ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you did that, Cindy.
You didn't know I drove for